Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. For a few more minutes anyway, this is Michael Petter. Welcome to Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League exhibition action as we get ready for a game between the week's Major Midgets and the Valley Wildcats. As you can see on your screens there, the Weeks are out on the ice taking their warm-ups. Valley still yet to take the ice. We're waiting for them to make their way out here and get their warm-up started. For the Weeks, this is two exhibition games in 2 days. Yesterday they were in Port Hawkesbury playing against the Cape Breton West Islanders, a game that the Weeks won by a score of 6-3. Looking to finish off a perfect weekend with another victory here this afternoon against the Valley Wildcats. For the Weeks, it's going to be a fairly different roster than we saw yesterday, at least up front and in goal. The blue line will look almost identical to what we saw yesterday. In fact, all six of the defensemen who are dressed today were the six defensemen who dressed yesterday. Just a couple of differences as far as which players are paired with each other. As Valley now making their way out onto the ice in the old school Vancouver Canucks style, but the silver and black color scheme of Valley. Up front for the Weeks, as mentioned, in goal, it's going to be two different goaltenders than we saw yesterday. Gavin McGinn and Josh MacArthur will get their chance to show off what they're capable of. And up front, a few players moving into the lineup that did not play yesterday to give head coach Kyle McLennan and the rest of the coaching staff a chance to look at what they have available to them. Entering the game is Andon Firmage, Evan Tilley, and Noah Harrison. Those three did not play in yesterday's game. The rest of the forwards getting another chance after playing pretty well overall in yesterday's game against Cape Breton West. I think the team would have to be pretty happy overall with how things played out yesterday. Just doing a quick audio check here. And I do hear that it is coming back to me okay, so that's good. Unlike yesterday's broadcast, we do have the ability today to actually be a little bit more interactive. You'll notice there's the little chat bar off to the side there. I am able to actually see that chat bar today. I was having some issues yesterday and therefore did not have access to that. But that will be available today. So if you have a comment during the course of the game or a question, or just want to let me know where you're watching from, whatever it is, whatever the case may be, by all means fill in the little chat bar off to the side there and I will respond. For the Valley Wildcats, Keegan Greencorn and William Forbes will be sharing the goaltending duties today, and as it is a preseason game, it's pretty safe to assume that they will be sharing the goaltending duties today. Such is the nature of the beast when it comes to exhibition hockey. It's about giving all of the players a chance to show what they're capable of. For Valley, I haven't had a chance to really look at what they've done so far in the preseason. For the Weeks, I can't really say much other than what I saw in yesterday's game. And again, I was thoroughly impressed up and down the line with what I saw yesterday. As we're just a couple of minutes away from the end of the warm-up and the beginning of this game here at the beautiful Community Credit Union Arena inside the Rath Eastlink Community Centre here in Truro, Nova Scotia, the hub town, getting ready. And I've got to make one quick comment about some construction that's going on in here. Of course, this building will be home to a rather important tournament coming up in just a few months. That, of course, being the World Women's Hockey Championships. And just across the way from our broadcast position, I'll just pan up here for a second so you can get a look at this. You can see across the way there, they are building some, what that will be is that will be the home of some beautiful skyboxes, a media center, a multi-purpose room, all up across there as they get ready for the World Women's Championships. Okay, this one means I can't turn that way. What does that one do? Oh, that one affects... Sorry, yesterday was the first game I had done since the end of the hockey season last year, so still getting used to running this camera again, and also the fact that as a one-person crew trying to run the camera and do the play-by-play at the same time, that poses its own challenges as well. So we're just about ready to go here. The Weeks in red, the Valley Wildcats in white. Nova Scotia Major Midget preseason hockey action here from the Rath Eastlink Community Centre, the Community Credit Union Arena, home of the upcoming World Women's Hockey Championships. And as we look, we see it will be Keegan Greencorn, the first goalie in. And for the Weeks Major Midgets, it appears it's going to be Josh MacArthur who's in first. As we get confirmation that it is indeed MacArthur. And so 20 minutes up on the board, we're ready to get going. The Weeks playing a few players who last year were still midget age players. That's Landon Sim, Bryson Curry, Kiefer Avery, Cale McLaughlin, Andon Firmage, Lucas Canning, and Blaze McDonald all played Bantam last year. The rest of this Weeks team are second year midgets. As we are ready for puck drop, it's going to be Kiefer Avery to take the draw against Riley Cook. And we are underway. Cook wins the draw back. Valley with the first possession of the game, and it's going to be attempted to be dumped in there, but knocked down at the Weeks blue line, and so the Wildcats have to go back into their own zone. Played there by Anderson. Anderson tries to get it up to Cook, held in at the line, and now dumped down low. Back to get it is Avery. He takes a bump behind the net there from Ansems. Avery gets the puck back, sends it behind the net, coming out in front. They jam away at it, and they score! 31 seconds is all it takes for the Weeks Major Midgets to get the opening goal of the game, and Kiefer Avery and Bryson Curry together doing the damage. It's 1-0 Weeks, and you couldn't ask for a much better start than that from a Weeks perspective. And I don't know if the microphone picked it up or not, but there was a great big "oh yeah" from down at the bench, and that certainly is indicative of the start for the Weeks. 31 seconds into the game. So McLaughlin also gets an assist on there. Curry from Avery and McLaughlin at just 31 seconds of the first period. Now the puck played back to the line. Guthrow sends it in, steered towards the corner. Now into the near side corner, and it'll be picked up there by Schneer. He'll flip it out to center. Gets all the way to the Valley blue line, knocked down there by Guthrow. Sent back up the other way, but immediately turned right back over to the Weeks. Now Schneer goes back to pick up behind his own net. Thomas Schneer with the Weeks with an early lead here, scoring just 31 seconds into the game. Puck played ahead. Sim tries to get it out. He loses it, but it goes right to Schneer. He'll take it across the red line and then dump it down into the Valley zone. Back to pick up there is Guthrow. Guthrow makes the pass across to Godbout. Godbout plays it out to center. There to pick up is Vino. Vino tried to get it across there to Blanchson, but that does not connect, and the puck comes all the way out to center ice. Back to pick up there is Richardson. Richardson has a man hounding him. That's McKinnon on his back. Puck dumped down into the weak zone. Back to get it there is going to be Matheson. Matheson looks ahead. Elects not to pass. He'll continue to carry the puck up. Matheson now gets it ahead to Firmage. Firmage tried to dump it in down low, but it gets knocked down. And again, I apologize for the camera work. Puck ends up in the Valley Wildcat bench. We'll get a stoppage of play. Just 2:27 gone here in the opening period. 1-0 in favor of the Weeks Major Midgets after the goal by Bryson Curry to make it that 1-0 scoreline just 31 seconds in. Puck dumped down into the Valley zone. Going after it in the corner there is Cook. Cook plays it up the wall, out to center, knocked down there by Bolger. Bolger tries to dump it in. Puck gets in, but not very deep. Now it'll be picked up by Blaze McDonald. McDonald gives to Canning. Canning tries to get it back down into the corner, knocked down by Richardson. Now centering pass, but nobody there except a white shirt. That was Guthrow, and the puck played down into the Valley, or into the weak zone, excuse me. Picked up now by Canning. He gets it ahead. Canning all the way down into the Valley zone, takes it behind the net, and as Nick Oikel goes into the Valley net, knocking it off of its moorings, we'll get another stoppage in play. 3:13, excuse me, gone here in the opening period, as we are still very much in the early stages of this one. Big thanks to everybody tuning in here on Peter Pictou Sports through Ustream.tv. Don't forget, we'll have Weeks Major Midget home games throughout much of the season, and even a couple of road games. We're planning on going on the road with the team a few times this year to bring you as much Major Midget action as possible. We're also going to be pretty busy bringing you Major Bantam, Female Midget, Junior A, and Junior B hockey all throughout the season. So stay tuned to Peter Pictou Sports throughout the year to find out what games and what times you'll be able to watch. And as the name suggests, it will be very much a Pictou County perspective for a lot of these games. There's an attempted backhander by McLaughlin. It doesn't get through. Puck comes back to the line for Schneier. He takes a shot. That's steered aside. Now in behind the net, Curry gets it across. There's a chance. And it's turned aside, the shot from Avery. Now puck back down to Avery in the corner. He'll play it back to the line for Schneier. Schneier fakes the shot, then gives to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the shot. It goes wide. Puck comes all the way back to the line for Schmidt. Now we're going to get a stoppage as the Valley net is again off of its moorings with 4:05 gone here in period number one. That's the one thing about this ice here at the Rath Eastlink Community Center, the Community Credit Union Arena. Once a net comes off of its moorings on this ice, and this has certainly been the case in past years, and early indication is it may be the same again this year. Once it comes off once, it tends to be very easy for that same net to come off of its moorings for the rest of that period, regardless of who the goaltender is. The net will come off once, and that ice becomes very loose where that peg gets held in. We have a Weeks defenseman a little slow to get up. That's Matheson. He seems to be all right now as Sim plays the puck out to center. Tried to get it ahead there for Green, but the puck got knocked down. Now Matheson on the puck. He'll play it across to Porter. Porter gets it up ahead. With it now is Hayden Richardson. He plays it up, held in at the line momentarily, but fanning on the shot was Porter. And now the Wildcats get it back up the other way. A delayed offside as Vino was a little too slow getting across. That'll allow the Weeks to get things organized, and out they come. Here's Green. Ryan Green takes a shot. It goes off a stick and up over the glass and out of play. And we'll get a stoppage with 5:05 gone here in period number one. Shots on goal right now favoring the Weeks by a margin of 3-1. And that certainly does seem to be indicative of the way the play has gone so far, as they have controlled the vast majority of the play. The Wildcats really haven't had any extended possession. Here's a scramble in front of the Valley net, and it's cleared away and out of danger down the length of the ice, but it's going to be right on the net, it looks like, and so it'll be steered aside there by MacArthur. Puck sent back behind the net. Back to get it there is Martin. Jeremiah Martin makes the pass ahead as he connects with Firmage. Firmage gets it up to Tilly. Here comes Tilly. Tilly coming in with a shot, and the save made by Greencorn. And Greencorn will hang on for the face-off. 5:34 gone here in the opening frame. Keegan Greencorn with a really solid glove save there. Nothing fancy, certainly, but nice and square to the shooter. Made the glove save, held on, made sure there was absolutely no chance of any sort of rebound whatsoever on that save. Off of the face-off, Weeks get possession. Richardson bumps his man off the puck. Now it goes to McCarthy. McCarthy plays it around to the far side wall, comes up the wall to Schmidt. He plays it down. Now with it is McDonald, Blaze McDonald. One of several former Wherewell Bombers who's looking for a spot on the week's Major Midgets this year. McDonald gets the pass through. There's a shot off the stick of Canning, another one of last year's Wherewell Bombers. And these former Bombers doing a good job getting some pressure. On the line with them is Noah Harrison. He played for the Fundy Thunder last year. Puck comes back to the line. There's Schnarr with it. Schnarr gets the pass across. Down into the corner for Canning. Back to the line. With it now is Schmidt. Schmidt with a shot. That's steered aside. And the puck comes out to center. Back to pick up there is Schnarr. Thomas Schnarr plays it ahead. It's knocked down at the Valley blue line. Played up now to Anderson. Anderson has it knocked away from him. Nifty little move there by Canning, but he couldn't quite maintain control of it. Now Canning back on it again in the corner. And Canning, a nifty little steal there, gets the shot away, and that goes just a little bit high and wide. Now the puck wrapped around the boards. It'll get to the line and out. Picking up there is Matheson. Matheson makes one move at center, now gets the puck knocked off his stick, but following right up is a shot from Kiefer Avery, and that had to be steered aside by Greencorn as Avery had a good shot on goal. Battle in the corner, puck perhaps underneath the players, and it is, and so the referee will blow it down with 7:21 gone here in period number one, and the Week still with that 1-0 lead, as it has been since the 31-second mark of this first period. Bryson Curry, a Truro Major Bantam player last year, with the goal. Valley win the draw and are able to bring the puck out to center. Working his way around is Anderson. Anderson stops and shoots. That goes wide. Puck comes all the way around to Hood. Carter Hood plays it across D to D to Guthrow. Guthrow just keeps that puck onside. Now down below the goal line for Vino. Vino loses it behind the net as the Weeks force the turnover. And now out they come, and there's McLaughlin with the puck. McLaughlin will dump it in and go chasing after himself. McLaughlin, the first one on the puck. He takes a bump from Guthrow, but stays on it and makes the pass to Curry. Curry back down into the corner for McLaughlin. Curry and McLaughlin in there. McLaughlin doing the heavy lifting, wins the battle and plays the puck back to the line. That shot gets blocked. Now picking up is Curry. He gets a backhand shot. That goes just wide. The puck comes up the wall, and as the Weeks were changing a couple of their forecheckers, it gave Valley a chance, but they still couldn't get the puck out of the zone. And now it does come out, and back to pick it up there is Bolger. He plays it across to the near side for Martin. Martin back across to Bolger as we reach 8.5 minutes gone here in the period. Now up ahead for Green. Ryan Green gets it in across the blue line, but just offside with 8:36 gone in this first period. Shots on goal now 6-2, so still that same 3-to-1 ratio that we saw earlier in the game. And again, we have yet to really see the Weeks deal with any sort of sustained pressure offensively from the Valley Wildcats as of yet here, as we near 9 minutes gone in the first period. Back with it there is Carter Ansems. He plays it across. Now Richardson. Hayden Richardson taking it back towards the area behind his net. He'll play it up the wall for Banks. Banks gets it to the line, kept in there momentarily by Mayer. Mayer does get it down to Curry. Or sorry, that was Green, excuse me. And the puck ends up rolling in onto the goaltender Keegan Greencorn, and Greencorn covers up and hangs on for a face-off. 9:07 gone here in period number 1. You guys want to work the camera? Will you guys work the camera? Camera. Yeah, if you don't mind. In behind the net there, Tilly, we got a delayed penalty coming up against Valley. As the Weeks have the pressure on here, here's McKinnon behind the net. Still the arm up for the delayed penalty. Extra attacker out there. Puck played back to the line for Schmidt. Schmidt gets it down into the corner, now in behind the net. Coming in to pick up and help out is Tilly. Back to the line for Schnarr. He'll play it across to Schmidt. Comes back to Schnarr, now to Schmidt. Schmidt to Schnarr again. Back behind the net, and finally the puck is touched. With 9:50 gone in the first period, we'll get our first penalty of the game. It will be a hooking call. And the guilty party appears to be Ben McCarthy. So that'll be the first power play of the game for the Weeks. Coming at 9:50 of period number 1. Weeks win the draw. Good start to the power play here. There's a shot, save made, rebound steered into the corner for Noah Harrison. He'll play it back to the line for Schnarr. Back to Harrison. Harrison comes near side for Schmidt. Schmidt sends it down into the corner, picked up down there by Harrison. Harrison takes it behind the net, drops it off. Puck is turned over, but unable to clear was Richardson as he played it up the wall right to where Schnarr was waiting for it. Richardson gets it back again. This time he will send it down the length of the ice. And coming out of the net to play it is MacArthur as he settles it down there for Schmidt. Schmidt plays it ahead for Schnarr. Schnarr has it knocked off his stick by Vino, but the Weeks get it right back. 45 seconds gone in the man advantage. Puck back down into the Weak zone. Back to pick up there is Schmidt. He gets the pass ahead to Matheson. Matheson plays it into the zone, but it's immediately turned over. Picked up now by Vino. Vino will send it down into the Weak zone and set up behind the net there for Blaze McDonald. McDonald played it ahead for Curry. Now it's back in the possession of McDonald. McDonald drops off. There's a nice little move made by Porter, but able to close the door there was Greencorn. 35 seconds left in the man advantage. Porter takes the shot. Blocker save. Couldn't find it in his feet as Curry had the puck drop right to his feet, but he couldn't find it there. Now it's back. There's another shot. Deflection. What a deflection by Avery, but Greencorn able to stay with it and kick that one out with 18 seconds left in the Weeks power play. Back to pick up there is Matheson. Jaden Matheson stops behind his own net. Now will start to carry it ahead. Perhaps time for one more full rush. No, just 3 seconds left in the power play. And we are back to 5-on-5. Valley with the successful kill. In behind the net, coming out, Avery plays it back to the line. Now back down into the corner, picked up there by Carter Hood. He'll wrap it behind the net. In behind there is Curry. Curry wins the battle, gets on the puck, leaves it for McLaughlin. McLaughlin has 3 Wildcats around him, plays the puck to some open ice. Avery with the shot. And that gets deflected up over the glass and out of play. 7:42 left to go here in period number 1. Still the scoreline reads 1-0 in favor of the Weeks Major Midgets, as it has been since the 31-second mark of the opening period. Shots on goal now 10-2 in favor of the Weeks. As we've passed, and we're going to have another penalty coming up, and it's going to go against Valley again. It's going to be another hooking call. This one coming at 12:21, excuse me, of the first period. And this time the culprit is Carter Hood. So the Weeks will get their second power play of the game. 3 shots on goal in that first power play. Looking to duplicate the pressure again with perhaps better results. Play down into the corner, and there's Landon Sim with it. Sim looking around. Sim down to Green. Ryan Green takes it out from behind the net. Green still with it. Now down back into the corner for Sim. Sim comes to the near side corner. Plays it back to the line for Bolger. Bolger back to Sim. Landon Sim still working his way back and forth to Bolger. Bolger to Sim. Sim tries to go cross ice. That gets knocked down, but it ends up deflecting directly to Mayer. Now Bolger, his shot deflected by Martin, but right into the crowd, and is picked up again by Green. He gives to Sim. Landon Sim back into the corner for Green. 1:05 left to go in the man advantage. Valley get possession, play it out to center, and now picking up at center is Riley Cook. Cook makes a move, but couldn't get in deep enough to get a shot away, and Green gets it and takes it back down the ice, dumping it in as the Weeks will get some fresh power play players out onto the ice. 45 seconds left to go in the man advantage. In the battle there is Mayer. Mayer comes out with it. Mayer with a shot, save, rebound. Mayer with a second chance and another save. Now we get some pushing and shoving after the whistle as Mayer was in a little bit too close to Greencorn for the Valley's liking. And that will lead to a stoppage with 6:15 to go in the period. 37 seconds left to go in the penalty to Carter Hood. Face off to the right of Keegan Greencorn. Weeks win the draw, played back to the line. Schmidt goes to Schnarr. Thomas Schnarr, back to Schmidt, back to Schnarr. Back to Schmidt, across the ice. With it now is Firmage. Down into the corner for Tilley. Back to the line for Schnarr. Schnarr with the shot. That gets blocked by Manning. Schnarr follows up his own rebound all the way down into the corner. Plays it back to the line for Schmidt. To Schnarr. To Firmage. Firmage along the wall. Back to 5-on-5. He plays it back to Schnarr. Schnarr gets the shot away. Save made. And the puck steered over to the corner. And the Wildcats get possession and send it out down the length of the ice. That will be an icing with 5:26 left to go in the period. 2 shots on goal in that power play for the Weeks. They do fall to 0 for 2 on the man advantage, but they are still holding that 1-0 lead, and right now are out shooting the Valley Wildcats 13-2 overall. Yes, part of it is that they have 5 of those 13 shots while they've had the man advantage, but they've also worked to draw those 2 penalties. So that's all part of the bigger picture. Here's Matheson with some nice moves at center, but couldn't maintain control, and now Vino will take the puck up the other way. Here's Vino coming in, gets knocked off the puck with a good back check from Matheson, but Vino gets it back again. Now Matheson working to shove him off the puck. He does so, and it gets to Harrison. He tries to play it back up to Matheson, but that doesn't connect. The puck comes to the line. There's a shot from the point by Godbout. Now in the corner, trying to work his way free is Hood. Weeks force the turnover, and Matheson flips it out to center. Puck gets just beyond Harrison. Now a loose puck there, picked up momentarily by Canning. Delayed offside against Valley. That'll give Matheson just some time to settle things down and come out to center. Matheson will dump the puck in. It goes right beside Greencorn, who comes out of his net to play it. Harrison and Osborne in the corner battle. Or sorry, Richardson, excuse me. Richardson ends up with the puck, plays it around to the near side for Anderson. Gets to the line, not out, held in there by Martin. All the way around to the far side with 4 minutes left to go here in period number 1. And the puck ends up flipped up over the glass and out of play. 3:56 now left in the first period. And still, as it has been for pretty much all of this game except for 31 seconds, the 1-0 scoreline in favor of the week's Major Midgets. Kiefer Avery in to take the draw against Riley Cook. Puck flipped down into the Wildcat zone as the Weeks win the draw again. That's one thing they've been very good at so far today. There's a shot from the point that gets deflected up high into the air but stays in play. Now the puck, nice little move there by Eichel to work his way around Martin. Eichel now plays it across, bringing it into the zone is Ansems. Ansems drops it off for Cook. Cook will send the puck in deep. First one on it will be Martin. Jeremiah Martin working his way ahead. Martin gets the pass up to McLaughlin. McLaughlin feeds it through. Avery with a chance, and that one steered aside. Now the puck comes back out to center ice, and here's Schmidt with it. He'll bring it across the line. Works through 3 Valley players to get the puck dumped in deep and draws yet another penalty. This time it's going to be a slashing call, as the Weeks will get their 3rd power play of this period. This one coming at 17 minutes. A slashing call this time, called against Nick Eichel. And as good as everything has gone for the Weeks so far in this game, this might be the one thing that Kyle McLennan wants to see a little bit different, is the power play convert, not just get pressure. Green gives down to Sim. Sim takes it out from behind the net. Comes out, turns, fires. That goes wide. Puck goes to Green in the corner. Green loses it along the wall, but is able to recover and keep the puck in the zone. Now plays it down low to Mayer. Mayer feeds it out. Puck comes to Mayer. There's a shot. Save. Rebound. Another save. As Greencorn comes up big there on a couple of very good chances in close by the Weeks Major Midgets. 39 seconds gone in the man advantage, and the Weeks have had their chances but have not been able to convert on the 3 power plays that they've had so far here in this period. Face-off will move outside, as too many Weeks players were in a little too low, I guess. But right back into the zone again, but knocked down and sent right back out down the length of the ice. Matheson will go back and pick up. Matheson stops behind his own net. Now makes the pass over to Tilly. Tilly plays it ahead. Bouncing puck through neutral ice. And a big hit there delivered on Vino as he was trying to get possession in the weak zone. Now the puck goes back behind the net again, and Tilly will pick up there. 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Tilly makes the pass ahead for Firmage. That was into his feet, and it's dumped back down into the weak zone. Back behind his own net now is Matheson. He'll bring it up. Has it knocked off his stick. Puck is loose. Matheson gets back to get it. Just 20 seconds left now in the man advantage. Pass across to the near side. Doesn't connect. And the Wildcats force the Weeks back into their own zone yet again. This time the pass to Harrison does connect. His pass ahead intended for McDonald went off of McDonald. Now Harrison followed it up and brought it back in. We're back to 5-on-5 and into the final minute of period number 1. The Weeks now 0 for 3 with the man advantage. And the Wildcats come out to center. In across the line, there's a shot from Manning and a save made by MacArthur. And for MacArthur, that's just his 3rd save here in the first period. And for the Weeks, their first man advantage, they had 3 shots on goal. The second, they had 2. The third one, they only got 1 shot. And again, that's something Kyle McLennan will probably want to be looking at, although, to be fair, Part of this is still the auditioning process, for lack of a better word, as part of it is to figure out who your power play units are going to be through the regular season. So it might be guys out there who would not normally be expected to take power play shifts who are out there for some of those. 15 seconds left to go in the period. Puck bouncing just inside the Valley Blue line. Blanchson gets it ahead. Now Schnarr with it, 4 seconds left, plays it back to Schmidt. Schmidt will take it back, and that will do it for the end of period number 1. Shots on goal in that first period show the domination of the week's major midgets over the Valley Wildcats. 12-3 the shots on, or 17-3, excuse me, the shots on goal for the weeks. And that will do it for the end of period number 1. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, get you ready for period 2 in just a few minutes. This is Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League preseason action. The Weeks and the Wildcats here on Pedro Picto Sports through Ustream.tv.
Saturday, September the 28th at 7 o'clock, and they host the Valley Wildcats.
Welcome back as we get ready for the start of period number 2, the week's major midgets and the Valley Wildcats. The weeks with the 1-0 lead after the first period, dominating that first period of play, out shooting their opponents 17-2, or 17-3, excuse me, and just an absolutely stellar performance all around by the Weeks. The only challenge with a preseason game like this is you're trying to evaluate your team for Kyle McLennan, Rodney Hines, Blair Dutai, the rest of the staff for the Weeks Major Midgets, is you're not really getting a good look at what your goalies are doing, because they have really not been tested that much over the last 2 days. You can look at the fact that, okay, well, they've stopped the shots that have come at them. Josh MacArthur here in the first period faced 3 shots, stopped 3 shots. Thomas Garapi yesterday, before the change of goaltenders, faced 8 shots and stopped 8 shots before he was replaced in net. And I mean absolutely nothing against MacArthur or Garapi, because they stopped the shots that they were facing. They did what they have been asked to do. My only concern for the two of them is in these games at least, and again, I didn't get to see the first 3 games that the Weeks played in exhibition play, so I don't know, but have they really been tested enough to be properly evaluated in game situation? Practices and training camp are one thing, but game situation is something completely different. And no disrespect to Valley, but they really, through that first period, did not test the Weeks at all. The Wildcats have possession to open this second period, though, as they bring the puck down into the Weeks zone. With it there is Manning. He takes it down into the corner. And again, I apologize for the camera work. Such is the peril when you're working the camera. There's a nice play as Manning gets the deflection, and a nice save made by MacArthur. There's a test, and there's a very good save by MacArthur on that test here in the early going of period number 2. Weeks win the battle to get the puck out to center, and able to find it out there is Curry. Here comes Curry. Tried to make the pass through, and nice defensive break up there by Godbout. And the Wildcats able to come back out the other way. Here's Manning with it. Manning works his way to the outside, takes a shot. Another nice save made there by MacArthur. The puck bounces into him, and he'll gather that up and hang on for a face-off with 1:02 gone here in period number 2. And just as we were talking about, not seeing him really get tested, MacArthur does get tested by a couple of nice chances and stands up tall to those. Centering pass broken up. Wildcats can't hold the line, and here comes Mayer. Mayer, nice little move to get around, gets into a shoot, couldn't get the shot away. I was going to say gets into a shooting position, but couldn't quite pull the trigger. Now Mayer gets it back again. Mayer circles away from a check, changes direction again, now plays it out to Green. He goes across, there's a chance, save, rebound, puck bouncing, and it ends up being gathered up by Latimer. Latimer can't clear the zone, however, and now there's another chance. Following up is Green, another big save made, and the puck cleared away from danger, at least momentarily, but it's held in at the line by Schneier. He goes across to Schmidt. Schmidt sends it down low, comes all the way, it looked like it was going to come all the way around to Green, but that got broken up. Schneier able to hold the line. Now a centering pass intended for a pinching in Schmidt, but it doesn't connect. Sim trying to avoid a check behind the net. Sim able to keep himself free. Nice work there by Landon Sim. Now getting some support by Tilly. Tilly has the puck, plays it back to Schneier. His shot gets blocked. Tilly will send it down low, and it rings around the boards, comes all the way into the near side corner. And Hayden Richardson gets it, plays it around to the far side for Hood, who will get it out to center and down the ice. Matheson back into his own zone to pick up. 2.5 gone here in the period. Puck dumped down the ice. That'll be an icing call against the Weeks, as the first moments of the second period belong to the Valley Wildcats, but the Weeks able to turn on the pressure themselves in response, as the scoreline in this one remains 1-0 here. Nearly 3 minutes gone in period number 2. If you're just joining us, the 1-0 scoreline favors the Weeks, with a goal 31 seconds into the first period by Curry. Bryson Curry, that is. With the puck there is Tilly. He gets it out and ahead, as out come the Weeks. Following up on the play there, Firmage down into the corner. He had McKinnon with him, but Valley able to force the turnover and send the puck out to center. Here's a race for the puck. Matheson battling with Sinclair. Matheson able to get to the puck. Matheson takes a bump, and the turnover is created, and a good chance there for Blanchson. But standing up tall to make the save was MacArthur. Centering pass intended for Canning. He couldn't take it cleanly, but Canning follows up, gets the puck. Now gives to McDonald, who takes the shot, and that'll be held on to for a face-off by Keegan Greencorn. 3:44 gone here in period number 2, and the Weeks still leading at 1-0. Shots now 20-5, so in this period so far, they're 3-2 in favor of the Weeks. Puck wrapped around the boards, comes all the way around to Osborne. He'll get it out as far as the Weeks blue line. Now the Weeks have to back all the way up, as Martin takes it down below the goal line, then turns, comes right back up the other way. That pass off the stick of Harrison, rolls out to center. Now here's Osborne. Osborne sends the puck down into the corner, goes after it himself, tried to make a centering pass, but that's broken up with a nice play by Martin. Now with it is Richardson. He comes across to the near side for Guthrow. Guthrow puts it into the far corner. It bounces out, comes all the way through to Canning. Lucas Canning gets stood up at the blue line. Nice hit there by Richardson. Now Richardson ends up with the puck, and we're going to have an offside call against the Weeks. And the Weeks player, Canning, saying he didn't hear offside being yelled, and you could hear from up here the linesman responding, "I was right beside you," and then finish that with a suggestion that Canning open his ears. Here come the Weeks. There's a soft shot from Curry that was intended as a pass but got deflected on net, and Greencorn, taking no chances, gathers it up and hangs on. 4:42 gone here in period number 2, with the Weeks leading it 2-1. Avery in to take the face off against Cook. Puck comes to Hood. Hood now gets it ahead to Banks, and Banks will carry it out. Played it up for Cook, but Cook couldn't find it. And now McLaughlin had to wait for his line mates to get on side, and while waiting, the puck is turned over. Deep down into the Weeks zone. Battling for it there. Weeks get possession and get it out to center. Hood plays it ahead as far as the line, and then Schneier will play it across to Schmidt. 5.5 gone in period number 2. Back to Schneier. Tried to make a pass ahead. That's broken up by Ansems, and Ansems will dump it down into the Weak zone. Back on it is Schneier. He plays it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin coming through center. McLaughlin plays the pass across. It goes off a skate It'll get picked up there by Latimer. Latimer turns it over in neutral ice, and it's dumped back down into the Valley zone. Coming out of the net to play it there is Greencorn. He wraps it up the wall. And it ends up coming just out to center, but brought right back in again by Green. Green trying to work his way forward. Can't get that puck through. Now a shot from the point. Steered aside by Greencorn as Porter took the shot. Now with it is Ansems. Ansems behind his own net, has the puck knocked off his stick. Able to recover. Plays it to the line. Porter, he'll take another shot. And another save made by Greencorn. With 6:34 gone here in period number 2. Big thanks to everybody tuning in here on Pater Picto Sports through Ustream.tv. Really appreciate having you along for the ride. We'll have 2 more hockey games tomorrow on Pater Picto Sports. Midget hockey, but of the female variety, as the Northern Subway Selects will host a pair of exhibition games at the Wellness Center tomorrow, and we'll have both of them right here on Pater Picto Sports through Ustream.tv. Battle in the corner, puck comes back to the line, kicked ahead as Porter doing a good job trying to hold the line, but even better job done by Blanchson to force the play back out to center. Now here's Green trying to center it, but that's broken up by Richardson. Puck comes to the line, Matheson plays it down for Green. Brian Green trying to work it into the corner for Sim. It bounces back up the wall and now played across to the near side. With it there is Blanchson. Played out. Picking up at center ice is Mayer. Back out to center again. And now Matheson works it ahead for Sim. Landon Sim didn't have anywhere to go, so played it back. And bringing it in now is Firmage. He gets it down low. Richardson has Sim all over him. And the turnover is created. Puck comes to Tilley. Evan Tilley gives to still has it, then takes the shot. That gets blocked. Tilley chases it down, plays it back to the line for Martin. Martin, his shot couldn't get through all the traffic, and out come the Wildcats with just over 8 minutes gone here in the second period. Puck played deep into the weak zone, and after that early flurry by the Wildcats, there's a big hit delivered there by Martin as he caught, trying to get the number, that was Anderson, with a good, solid, clean hit right at the blue line. And as I was saying, the weeks after sustaining an early flurry from the Wildcats, this second period has been pretty much all week since about the 2.5 minute mark. With it now is McKinnon. McKinnon gets knocked down. Picking up the puck there is Cook, but he turns it over. And Lucas Canning had a chance in close. And a big save made there by Greencorn. Canning gets it back again. Tried to feed a pass through. It doesn't connect. Canning will chase down the loose puck at the near wall. Sends it behind the net there for Blaze McDonald. McDonald gets rubbed off the puck by Hood. But the Weeks with their relentless forecheck get pressure back again. Now Hood is on it. He turns it over. Puck comes towards the front of the net. Greencorn swats it away. It comes back to Greencorn, so he says, forget it. This time I'm covering up, and I'll hang on for a face-off with 10:35 left to go here in the second period. And being 35 seconds from the midpoint of the game, I think we're going to see the goaltender change, at least on one end, as Greencorn comes out and William Forbes will come in. And we're just waiting to see if the Weeks will make their goaltender change as well. Doesn't look like they're going to do it. They're going to wait till the next whistle, apparently. So, shots on goal, 22 faced by Keegan Greencorn. He stopped 21 of them. Certainly couldn't ask for much better than that after he let in that goal 31 seconds in. He did not let that rattle him in the slightest. Keegan Greencorn, a very good performance overall through his 29 minutes and 35 seconds of playing time. with the puck. Here comes Blaze McDonald. He gets it knocked off his stick just inside the line. There's another big hit delivered. This one by Canning. There's a shot, and the first shot faced by Forbes. The save gets made. And after the whistle, we get a little bit of jostling. And now with 10:02 left to go in the period, we'll see the Weeks make their change. Coming out is Josh MacArthur. Going in is Gavin McGinn. So for MacArthur, through his 29 minutes and 58 seconds of play, he faced 5 shots. He stopped 5 shots. So it's now Gavin McGinn and William Forbes, the two quote-unquote backup goalies. And I say quote-unquote because obviously with this being an exhibition game, it was never about them being backups. It was about them just taking the second half. Much like if you're watching an exhibition football game and the backup quarterback comes in to start the first drive of the second or third quarter. There's a couple of nice moves there by McLaughlin. And another save made there by William Forbes. As we now have 9 minutes and 26 seconds left to go here in period number 2. The Weeks still leading it 1-0. Off of the draw, Ryan Green gives the puck back. There's a shot. Devin Mayer with the shot, and another save made there by Forbes. William Forbes has been tested here early. 3 tough shots in less than a minute after coming in somewhat cold. Even though you know you're going to be coming in at the midway point, you've been sitting and watching the game. There's going to be a little bit of chill in the muscles, no matter how hard you try to make sure you're ready. But he has handled that quite well. Now here's a chance for possibly a first test for McGinn. But the Weeks force a turnover at the blue line, and much like earlier when the Wildcats, or when the Weeks couldn't hear, or said they couldn't hear, I could hear from up here, offside white, and the Wildcat forwards did not respond, so the whistle was blown and the puck comes all the way down into the Valley zone. 8:50 left to go here, period number 2. Weeks win the draw. Green has the puck. Green gives to Sim in the corner. Landon Sim plays it back to the line. There's a shot from the point by Bolger. Save made by Forbes. Now the puck comes to the line again. Another shot. That one saved as well. Actually, that one ends up getting blocked by Godbout. And it's played out to center. Here's Osborne. Osborne has Bolger all over him. Now coming in to help out at Vino. Vino. Bolger still on the puck there for the Weeks. Vino ends up losing that battle, but wins it back. Lost the first part of the battle, won the second, but coming back to help out, here's Landon Sim. Sim plays the puck ahead to Green. Nice pass for Green. Green tried to make a pass through, but that doesn't connect. Landon Sim with the beautiful pass to Green, but Green couldn't follow it up. There's Godbout with the puck now. Godbout works his way around. Godbout stops. There's a shot. Shoulder save. Puck bouncing around. Weeks can't clear it out of danger. There's another shot. That one goes wide. And now played out to center by Firmage. Firmage couldn't get his way around Cook, and Cook coming back up. Loses control of the puck. Coming out of the net to play it is McGinn. He'll send it down the length of the ice. Icing will be called as Gavin McGinn makes his first save of the game. He played with Newbridge Academy last year in their under-18 program. Now looking to move from prep school hockey to major midget. Puck rolls in onto McGinn, and he'll make another save there. And again, you talk about players coming in cold, or goaltenders coming in cold in these exhibition situations. They know they're going to be playing the second half of the game. You know that there's a shot and a deflection, and it goes just wide before it gets to McGinn. Weeks get possession. And you got to figure that for both McGinn and Forbes, because they were at their benches for much of the first half of the second period, you got to figure that that first intermission must have been very important to them to get the rest of their warm-up routine done. Puck down into the corner, near side, in the Weeks Major Midget zone. Just over 6.5 minutes left to go here in period number 2. Still that 1-0 scoreline. Puck played into the near side, or far side corner. Riley Cook gets to it first, but immediately met by a couple of red shirts, including Thomas Schnarr. And now the Weeks get it out to center, but it's played right back in again. Schnarr with it now. Goes to make a pass ahead, kind of fans on it. The puck rolls off the heel, and that'll allow Richardson to bring it back in. Richardson pass in front, and the puck just rolls away from Noah Latimer. He had a great chance there, but Latimer, that pass just a little bit behind him. Now with it, Manning, he'll play it across. Richardson will send the puck in deep far side. Going back after it is Blaze McDonald. Played around to the near side, Schnarr. Schnarr trying to get away from a couple of forecheckers. He can't. Oikel forces the turnover, turns and takes the shot. And the save made by McGinn, as Valley getting their second rush of sustained pressure here in the second period. The first one coming back in the early stages of this period, as shots on goal are now 26-9. Overall, they are 9-6 in this period for the Weeks. There's another shot and a save by McGinn, as the Weeks get possession, and out they come. Blaze McDonald plays it off the wall, knocked down at the Valley blue line by Hood. Another situation where the Weeks forwards at first weren't responding to the official, then they finally did on the delayed offside. That puck bounces past Hood, comes rolling in towards the goalie. McDonald trying to get there to get a piece of it, but Forbes comes out and gets a piece of the puck, gets the puck just before McDonald could get onto it. Also in there was Noah Harrison. As Gavin McGinn has now faced more shots already than Josh MacArthur did through his entire 29 minutes in the game for the Weeks. Puck comes rolling out to center, and coming back with it, Matheson. Now he fans on his attempt to get the puck ahead, gets it to McLaughlin on the second chance. Now McLaughlin gets it back again, as Valley couldn't take advantage. Tried to feed a pass through to Curry. That was broken up, but following up on the play, there's a chance for Porter, excuse me. That goes just high. Now the puck comes back to the line. That's Martin. His shot goes wide. Comes back to Porter. He'll send it down low for McLaughlin behind the net. Tried to throw it out in front. It comes off a stick right back to McLaughlin again. McLaughlin plays it back to the line. Now it's Bolger there. Bolger goes to send it down low. McLaughlin at the half wall. Puck comes back to Bolger again. His shot goes off a stick, bounces wide. Curry behind the net. Nice move out in front, and what a chance! But the net ends up coming off of its moorings. A great chance there for Kiefer Avery. I don't know if the goal would have counted anyway, as the net had come loose. But the Weeks get their pressure, not able to convert yet. The scoreline still holds at 1-0 for the Weeks. We played 31 seconds of this game tied at 0. We've played the next almost 36 minutes with a 1-0 scoreline. Battle right in front of the two benches. Puck ends up coming to Bolger. He's able to bring it in. Now the Wildcats go to play it back out. It goes over the glass and out of play. And the face-off will stay inside the Valley zone. .324 left to go here in period number 1. Wildcats win the draw, wrapped around, or weird. I was following where the puck was going to go to Osborne, but it took a crazy bounce off a stanchion. Obviously, there's another chance. And the puck just rolls off the stick of Landon Sim before he could put it around the pad of William Forbes. Weeks still with some pressure. Now Valley is able to relieve it as out comes Richardson with the puck. Richardson tries to make a move, but was poke checked by Schmidt. And now with it is Devin Mayer. He'll get it ahead. And here comes Green. Ryan Green coming in. Green with the shot. And the save made by Forbes with 2:44 left to go. Here in period number 2, the Weeks out shooting the Wildcats 30-11 overall. 13-8 in this period. So a much better period for the Wildcats in that respect. After a 17-3 shot margin in the first, there's another shot from long range by the Weeks that was easily blockered aside by Forbes. Now the puck goes in behind the net. Back to get it. There was Godbout. He'll play it around to the near side. And the Wildcats with possession will come out. Puck turned over in neutral ice. Weeks try to come back in, but it's turned over at the blue line enough to create an offside with 2:18 left here in period number 2. And we still sit at that 1-0 scoreline. The goal by Bryson Curry remains the only scoring of this game to this point. Matheson dumps the puck in. It goes just off to the left of goaltender William Forbes. Weeks able to use their forecheck to get possession in the zone. With it over in the corner there is McKinnon. He'll play it back to the line. There's a shot that goes just wide, actually causing the twine to ripple, but from the outside. Battle in the far side corner, under 2 minutes left to go here in period number 2. Played in behind the net, picked up back there by Ansems. He gets it ahead for Manning. Now Banks with it. He plays it off the wall. Trying to bring it into the zone was Manning. He loses it, but there's Banks with the shot, and that goes just up over the net and ends up rolling all the way down into the Valley zone. Obviously no icing, as it was a deflection or a rebound off of the shot off the end boards. Latimer loses it behind the net, played out in front, and another big save there by Forbes, as Blaze McDonald couldn't get much on that shot, but enough that he forced Forbes to make the save. Into the final minute here of period number 2. Matheson with the puck, plays it ahead and out to center. Brought right back in again by Vino. Vino sends it down below the goal line, goes after it himself, tries to play it in front, cleared away by Bolger, or by Porter, excuse me. And then it bounces to the side of the net where Gavin McGinn covers up and hangs on for a face-off. 44.2 seconds left to go here in period number 2. Shots on goal are 32-10 plus 2. Trying to stick with that 2 theme there. It wouldn't have worked quite as well if I had said 12. Weeks win the draw. The puck goes right to McLaughlin. Here comes McLaughlin. He'll dump the puck down the ice. We got another penalty coming up. It'll go against the Wildcats. Interference is the call. And so for the 4th time in this game, the Weeks will go to the power play. This one at 19:25 of period 2. interference the call, and it appears that Hood is getting his second penalty of this game. So just the fourth penalty we've seen called all afternoon, all four of them against Valley. Weeks are 0 for 3 on the man advantage with 6 shots on goal through those first 3 power plays, and this power play will be interrupted by the intermission, provided that the Weeks don't score in the next 21 seconds. Richardson with the puck, backing up, takes a bump, able to hold the puck there, 12 seconds left. Richardson perhaps waited too long, as now the Weeks create a turnover, 5 seconds left to go. They'll get a chance, and covering up and making the save is Forbes. Hayden Richardson waited a little bit too long there before he had a great chance to just send the puck down the length of the ice, chose not to, and ended up giving up a scoring chance as a result. So we'll get a face-off with 2.3 seconds left to go. The Wildcats win the draw into the corner, and that will do it. So no goals in the second period. Weeks outshoot Valley 16-9 in that period. 2-period total 33-12. But no goals scored in the third period, which means we will, or in the second period, which means we'll go to the third all tied, or it's only the second game of the year, folks. I'm in preseason mode, even more so than the players, perhaps. Let's try this again. No goals in that second period, so we'll go into the third with the Weeks continuing to lead 1-0. They will also carry 1 minute and 24 seconds of power play time into period number 3. We'll take a break. We'll come back, get you ready for the third in just a few minutes. You are watching Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League preseason action. The Weeks and the Wildcats here on Pedro Picto Sports through Ustream.tv. right, as we get set for period number 3 here, the week's major Midgets leading it 1-0 over the Valley Wildcats. Bryson Curry, an alumnus of the Truro Major Bantams, with the only goal of the game so far, and that came way back at the 31-second mark of period number 1. As we get ready for period number 3, and as mentioned, as you could see throughout that intermission, 1 minute and 24 seconds of power play time carries over for the Weeks. They are 0 for 3 on the man advantage so far, 6 shots on goal through those first 3 chances, 1 shot on goal through the first 36 seconds of this chance. As they look to try and generate a 2-goal margin and possibly put a nail in the coffin on this game against these Valley Wildcats. Obviously, one of the big strengths of the Wildcats in this game has been the combined play of Keegan Greencorn and William Forbes. Between the two of them, 32 saves on 33 shots. You can't ask for much more than that from your goaltenders. A couple other players who've stood out for me: Hayden Richardson on the back end, Riley Cook, Carter Hood, a couple of forwards who I think have had really good games. For the Weeks, obviously, you've got to look at Bryson Curry, who has the goal. Cale McLaughlin has really impressed me in this game. I gotta say, McLaughlin has been a very strong presence for the Weeks in this one. Another player who I think has had a really good game has been Lucas Canning, as the Weeks back into their own zone here with the third period underway. And picking up the puck and carrying it out, Bolger. He'll play it across now to Martin. Jeremiah Martin backs up now, sends the puck way ahead. Knocked down by Richardson. He'll send it back down into the weak zone with just 1 minute left now in the power play for the team in red. This is a home game for these Weeks, as they play most of their games out of the Pictou County Wellness Center. They are traditionally a Pictou County-based team, but their drawing area, as far as their geographic zone, covers not only Pictou County, but also Colchester and Cumberland County. So this rink is very much within their catchment area. But as anyone familiar with the Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League knows, just because that's your particular catchment area doesn't mean that's necessarily the only places you can draw players from. Just you have right of first refusal for players from those particular areas. Here's some nice passing by the Weeks, and there's a shot from Sim. That doesn't miss by much. But the power play comes to an end. Just the 1 shot on goal, and that came prior to the intermission. Green now sets it up for Mayer. Mayer couldn't keep the cycle going. Now Schnarr fans on a shot. Gets the puck to Green. He tries to play it to Sim, but Richardson lifts his stick. And so Sim could not connect there. Now behind the net, here's Mayer. Mayer trying to work his way around Godbout. Godbout's another one on the back end for Valley who has played pretty well. And now out they come with the puck, and there it's dumped down the length of the ice. And coming out of the net to play it is McGinn. Right on top with the forecheck quickly was Vino. And he creates a chance. But now the Weeks get possession, and out they come. 2.5 gone here in period number 3. Shot made, save made, and coming right back up the other way, there's McCarthy. He loses it, but following up on the play, Latimer. Latimer can't get through Matheson. There's a shot, and that's steered aside by McGinn. Puck works up the near side wall. Getting to it and knocking it out of the zone was McKinnon. Now backing up with the puck there, Guthrow. He'll play it across to Ansems. Back to Guthrow, back to Ansems. Ansems tries to make a pass ahead. That's broken up by McKinnon, but the puck does still go down the length of the ice. Now played right back out. And there's Canning. Canning working in across the Valley blue line. Now the puck sent behind the net and around to the far side where Canning was waiting for it as McKinnon made that play. Now it comes, there's a shot from Porter, and that one's kicked aside by Forbes. To the line, Porter keeps it in, another shot and another save by Forbes, and he'll hang on for a face-off. 16:25 left to go here in the third period. And the Weeks again with the 1-0 lead. Weeks win the draw again. There's a shot. It ends up hitting one of the Weeks players in front. That was Harrison. Puck comes to the line. Now there's a shot from long range by Bolger. Puck is sent out. Bolger back to pick it up. And now on it is Riley Cook. Cook goes to play it out in front. It goes all the way back to the line where Hood was waiting. Hood gets it down to Banks. Down to Cook. In front. But that's steered away to the line, held in by Hood. Now the Weeks get possession again, and this time Canning will come out with it. Takes a shot, save made, rebound loose, and Richardson there to pick up. Puck takes a bit of a weird bounce off the Zamboni door, but it stays down in that corner. As the Weeks continue to pressure here, 4.5 gone in the third period. Played back to the line, Schnarr. His shot doesn't get through as it was partially blocked by Cook down into the corner. Cook picks up, plays it ahead for Banks, and Banks will come out with it. Banks has it knocked off his stick. Nice play by Schmidt. Now Schmidt will bring it in across the line. McLaughlin gets it down into the corner. Richardson behind his own net. Makes a couple of nice moves. Has the puck take a bad bounce off a stanchion. That gives the Weeks a chance as Curry with the deflection in close, but I think he was in too close as it was right there in front of William Forbes. Forbes able to make the save. Now coming the other way. Now coming back up the ice here, Schnarr. A couple nice moves. He'll dump it back down into the Valley zone. Going in after it there is Avery. Kiefer Avery. One of several of the major bantams from the Warewell program last year who are looking to earn a spot on the Weeks Major Midgets this season. Here come the Wildcats back through center. Stood up at the blue line was Dawson Blanchson as he ran right into Matheson. And out. Here's Sim with the puck now. Landon Sim with the shot. Trying to go short side, but the save made by Forbes. Played out to center, just past the reach of Matheson. Matheson back to get it. He had Blanchson on him. Matheson trying to get away from Blanchson, finds Sim. Sim brings the puck in, trying to work his way around Guthrow. Guthrow takes Sim into the boards. Now a battle ensues between McCarthy and Mayer. Attempted wraparound, and Forbes closes that door with 6:40 gone here in the third period. And again, you see the challenges of trying to do play-by-play and operate the camera at the same time. As I look at the playback and I see that the wraparound attempt was just barely in the corner of the screen, so I do apologize for that. You'd think that I'd get this doing play-by-play while working the camera thing mastered after a couple of years, but hasn't quite happened yet. Sim Gets it up to Green. Green has the puck knocked away from his stick. Comes out to center, dumped back in. Weeks have to touch up. That gives the Wildcats time to get themselves organized, and here comes McCarthy. McCarthy across the blue line. Takes the shot, steered aside by McGinn, down into the corner. McCarthy in there after it. Also Anderson, he gets knocked down. And here comes Green. He's got Sim with him. Green and Sim crisscross. Green tries to make the pass, but it goes into the feet of a Wildcat player. Now there's a pass for Sim. That's into his feet. And so he couldn't get a shot away in the slot. Landon Sim had a couple of chances there, but the pass is just not quite connecting for him. Now bringing it into the zone, there's Tilley. Down into the corner. Puck played to the near side wall. McKinnon sends it back down below the goal line. First one to it there will be Riley Cook. Cook knocked off the puck as Firmage is there, but Firmage can't maintain control. And out come the Wildcats. Cook, but coming in just a little bit offside was Nick Oikel. And so that will lead to a whistle with 11:50 left to go here in period number 3. Weeks continue to lead it 1-0 over the Valley Wildcats here at the Rath Eastlink Community Center, the Community Credit Union Arena. Wildcats win the draw. Puck played back to Hood. He'll dump it down into the weak zone. Played off the wall, trying to get the puck through to Latimer. Now down below the goal line, comes back to Hood. Hood's shot, that gets blocked by Firmage. Centering pass, that's broken up. And the Weeks will come out. Here's Tilley. Evan Tilley gains the red, then dumps the puck in. Back to get it is Hood. Hood comes out from behind his net, gets tripped up. No call, play carries on. With it now, Ansems, he goes to play it across to the far side. Intended for Cook, but a little too far in front of him. Now the Weeks with it. Long lead pass intended for Blaze McDonald, but too far in front of him. And McDonald couldn't get to that puck in time to negate the icing. So we'll get a face-off back in the Weeks Major Midget zone. 10:58 left to go here in the third period. Weeks leading at 1-0. If you're just joining us, all of the scoring, that one goal, came very early in the first period. 31 seconds in, to be precise. Now here's a chance with a good shot by Manning, and McGinn able to make the save on the short side. Manning gets the puck back, now plays it back to the line. Richardson gives back to Manning at the far wall. Manning sends it around to the near side, comes all the way back to the line for Godbout. Godbout sends it down low. In behind the net, picked up by Banks. Banks trying to center it, but the puck goes up into the air, comes down back behind the net. Another attempt at a wraparound. They jam, but the puck goes up over the net. Now it's in behind the net, and in for checking hard, here's Banks. Banks takes a hit there from Bolger as the Wildcats getting some good pressure here in the mid stages of this second period. The Weeks now able to relieve the pressure momentarily as they get the puck out to center, but it's sent right back in again. Bolger going in after it. He's got Vino on him. Bolger and Vino battling. Also in there is Banks. Finally the puck comes loose and ahead for Canning. He was able to get it out to center. Now it's played ahead and picked up by Canning. Lucas Canning with the shot. That goes just high and wide. Picking it up off of the end boards was Harrison, and he tried to tuck it in short side, but that doesn't quite work. As we reach 9.5 minutes left to go here in the third period. Bringing it back into the weak zone, that was Blanchson. Now with it, here's Harrison. He's got Canning with him. Harrison down below the goal line, out in front, intended for Canning, but the pass off of his feet. Now in low, there's Porter. He loses control of the puck. But the Weeks, with their pressure, able to maintain. Here's McLaughlin. McLaughlin tries to make a centering pass. That's broken up. Back to the line for Matheson. Matheson Steps around the check. There's a shot. Save the rebound. The puck rolls through the crease. Nobody could find it for a second. But it stays out of the net. And there the puck came just out of the zone and then went back in. So a delayed offside. The Weeks have to touch up. They do. And now with it behind his own net, Godbout. And he's met there by Curry. Curry coming in hard on the forecheck has McLaughlin. McLaughlin ends up with the puck. McLaughlin carrying it away from the wall. McLaughlin still on it. Now gives it back to Schnarr at the line. He sends it down low for Curry. Curry, the game's only goal scorer, plays it behind the net for Avery. Avery gives to McLaughlin. Here's McLaughlin with it. Far wall now. Leaves for Avery. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt with the shot. They score! A shot from the point by Braden Schmidt may have been deflected on its way in. We'll have to wait for confirmation of that. But at 57 of the third period, the Weeks finally, on their 41st shot of the game, get their second goal. We'll wait for the official word. The shot was taken by Schmidt. Say that 5 times fast. As we get confirmation, it was Schmidt's goal. Avery gets his second point of the game, as does McLaughlin. So Schmidt from Avery and McLaughlin, for both Avery and McLaughlin, it's their second assists of the game on the 2 goals that the Weeks have scored here this afternoon. It's 2-0. A big goal there for Schmidt. Now the Weeks threatening again. There's Schnarr trying to send it down low. That's knocked down. Not able to clear, however, as Green holds it in, and then Schnarr with a nice play to help hold it in. Down into the corner for Green. Green looked to get it to Sim, but the pass bounces over his stick. And now it's played ahead for Riley Cook, and he'll be able to bring it out. 7 minutes left to go. Cook gets his pocket picked by Bolger, and Bolger brings it right back into the zone. Now with it there is Mayer. Mayer takes it behind the net. Devin Mayer turning, firing. That goes just wide. Mayer picks up his own rebound off the end boards. Coming over to help out as well is Green. Green with the shot. That's steered aside by Forbes. Big hit delivered by Mayer. And the puck comes rolling back to the line. Martin with the shot from the point. It gets through. But now it's picked up and brought out by Cook. Cook lost it at the blue line. Delayed offside. That'll give the Weeks some time, as the Wildcats did touch up. But now here comes Jeremiah Martin. Martin, there's a nice pass, the deflection. Martin gets it back again. Another shot and another chance. And Forbes able to cover up and hang on. Riley McKinnon with the initial deflection on the shot from Jeremiah Martin. And then a couple more chances for both McKinnon, Tilley, Martin, all in there, getting pressure on goaltender William Forbes, but Forbes able to stay on the puck and smother it for a face-off. Here's Tilley with it now at the near side wall. Down into the corner for McKinnon. Riley McKinnon has Vino on him. Loses control of the puck. It rolls in behind the net, and Tilley will go pick up. Plays it back to the line. Pass intended from Porter for Matheson. That gets broken up. And here comes Valley with a chance. There's a shot and a big blocker save made by McGinn. Back to the line. Richardson with a shot. And that goes up over the net into the glass. Stays in play. Now it'll be picked up by Firmage, and he'll bring it out to center ice and into the Valley zone. Now there's Porter with a shot. Sharp angle. Save made. Wildcats get possession, and they'll come out with 5 minutes left to go. Coming into the weak zone, that was Latimer. He had it stripped away from him. And now McDonald plays it across for Canning. Lucas Canning with a shot. And a big, I think maybe getting a piece of it with his glove was Forbes. and then it took a weird bounce off a stanchion, but eventually ends up out at center ice. There's Schnarr. He'll play it ahead, trying to get it through to Canning. That was broken up, but following up on the play, McDonald, and with them as well as Harrison. There's a shot from Canning, and another save made by Forbes. He'll hang on. 4:30 left to go here in period number 3. The Weeks now leading it 2-0. Goals from Bryson Curry way back at the 31-second mark of the first period, and Braden Schmidt at the 11:57 mark of this third period. The difference right now, and there's a chance for the Weeks again, and the puck just bounces wide. Now back to the line for Schnarr. Schnarr gets it down the wall to McLaughlin. McLaughlin tries to play it across. It was deflected away, but still ends up with its intended target, Avery. That shot goes wide, comes all the way back to the line for Schnarr. Schnarr down the wall to Curry. Here's Bryson Curry. He has a goal today. Curry with some nice moves, gets it across. What a chance for Avery! And he puts it wide. Avery gets the puck back again. Under 4 minutes left to go. Back to the line for Schnarr. Over to Avery. Avery couldn't get a shot away. Schmidt comes in to help him out. Schmidt gets it back to Avery. Avery with a shot from the point. There's the save. And hanging on for another rebound is Forbes. 3:41 left to go. And if yesterday and today are any indication of what the Weeks season is going to look like, this is going to be a very entertaining team to watch. This is going to be a very fast team to watch. This is going to be a very strong forechecking team to watch over the course of this season. Now, obviously, there are still changes to be made. There are still lineup determinations to be made. But this sample size certainly looks good from a Weeks Major Midget perspective, outshooting their opponents today 46-16, outshooting their opponents yesterday by a similar margin, and outscoring their opponents over these two games now by a total margin of 8-3. Weeks come out of their own zone after winning the draw, trying to feather the pass through to Sim. Sim chases the puck down below the goal line. Sim back to the line. There's a shot from the point from Martin. Save made. And then Forbes gloves the puck down to Hood. But the forecheck of the Weeks giving the Wildcats continued fits. There's Sim with it now. Landon Sim gets it in front, intended for Mayer, but Forbes able to get a glove on it and cover up for a face-off. 2:42 left to go here in the third period. Back in the very early stages, shots on goal were 3-1, then 6-2. Well, the margin ratio-wise still is the same, 3-1, as 48-16 are the shots on goal, which is an exact 3-1 ratio in favor of the Weeks Major Midgets. There's a shot from the point, that goes wide. Pinching in Matheson, centers it. There's a chance at point blank range for Tilley, and a big kick save made by Forbes. 2:23 left to go here in the third period. Weeks leading it by 2. Osborne plays it back to Richardson. Out to center. Matheson will go back and pick up. Matheson plays it up the wall for Tilley. Tilley's pass to McKinnon. Now played into the Valley zone, back to get it Richardson. He plays it across near side for Anderson. Anderson plays it ahead. That's broken up. Now Richardson gets it back again and plays it into the Pictou count, or into the Weeks zone, excuse me. 1:40 left to go here, third period. Sent down, and following up on it was McKinnon. Also coming in, there was Canning. There's another goal for the Weeks, and that should do it. Blaze McDonald picking up the loose puck. And shoving it past goaltender William Forbes with 1:30 left to go. That should be the icing on the cake here. I believe it will be Blaze McDonald from Canning and Tilly. We'll have to wait for the official word on that.
Weeks goal, number 29, Blaze McDonald. Assisted by number 27, Lucas Canning, and number 25, Riley McKinnon.
It was Canning and McKinnon, actually, who got the assists. That makes it 3-0 for the Weeks, as we're down to just over a minute left to go. In behind the net with it there is Harrison. Noah Harrison gets the puck stripped from him by McCarthy, and out come the Wildcats. That one will be dumped in near side corner. Trying to get free is Schnarr. He gets the puck ahead to Canning, and here comes Canning. Canning works his way around one man. Canning with a shot, save made. Tried to knock the rebound out of the air, but couldn't quite get his stick on it. 35 seconds left to go here in period number 3. Wrapped around to the far side. To the line, not out. Blaze McDonald tries to send it down low. That's picked up by Richardson. He tries to play it out. That's not going to work. Now knocked down by Kiefer Avery. Sent down below the goal line. Richardson with 15 seconds left. Avery couldn't quite get control of it, but helping to keep the puck in the zone is McLaughlin. 5 seconds left, and it looks like the Weeks will get the shutout victory. 3-0. Goals from Bryson Curry, Braden Schmidt, and Blaze McDonald lead the Weeks Major Midgets to the 3-0 win over the Valley Wildcats. Final shots on goal, 52-16, 19-4 in the third period for the Weeks, 52-16 overall. Weeks go 0 for 4 on the power play. Weeks do not take a single penalty through the entire 60 minutes. And it looks like we're not going to get post-game handshakes. So that's going to do it for us here at the Rath Eastlink Community Center, the Community Credit Union Arena in beautiful Truro, Nova Scotia. The final score, once again, the Weeks Major Midgets defeat the Valley Wildcats by a score of 3-0. Don't forget, join me tomorrow from the Wellness Center in Pictou County as the Subway Northern Selects of the Nova Scotia Female Midget League have a pair of exhibition home games. We'll bring you both of them from the Wellness Center. Until then, this is Michael Petter saying may your skates always be sharp and may your shots always hit the top shelf. Thanks for watching. We'll be back.